right, so this one is one for you. You asked to discuss this one, and it's about our friends over there at DC. And this is going to be about super villains. Now, you wanted to discuss this because you're a villain fan. I'm a villain fan too. I love the villains in comic book stories, and generally any kind of story. The villain really is what makes a story great. You have your hero. The hero is the hero, but a good villain will always bring out the best in that hero, and that makes that hero rise to levels that hero didn't realize that they could go to. And that's why you always need a very good villain. You always need a villain that tests the hero in multiple different types of ways. And so you wanted to talk about villains in the DC world. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of briefly skim through this article. It's talking about the best DC super villains of all time, and you might be surprised who is number one. It's probably not what people are thinking, but let's just go ahead and skim through that. All right, so number 10, they had down the Anti-Monitor. Not a villain in the traditional sense, which is true. Again, just talks about a force of destruction. All right, we got number 9, Captain Cold, which is a Flash villain. Yeah, number 9. This is Games Radar, so this is their list, not my list. This is their list. Captain Cold at number 9. Number 8, Deathstroke. I would have had Deathstroke up a couple of notches, but nevertheless, great villain, amazing villain, messing with the Teen Titans and all of that. Batman also is one of the great villains there. Number 7, Reverse Flash. People love Reverse Flash. I have never been a big Reverse Flash fan. I know that he has that the storylines that he does with the Flash, and those are good, but just as a general villain, he's okay. Number 6, Brainiac, one of my favorites of all time. Brainiac, one of the great Superman villains, really presses Superman to the test. I want to see a Brainiac in a movie one of these days. I don't understand what DC is dragging their feet on for that, but whatever. Number 5, Ra's al Ghul. Obviously, we know this guy as a Batman villain. I probably would have had him up a little bit higher than this as well. Number 4, Sinestro, Green Lantern villain, clearly one of the better villains, in history. Number 3, Darkseid. Yeah, number three, Darkseid. You surprised, T? You would have had him higher? Man, maybe. All right, number 2, the Joker. A lot of people would have put Joker at number 1. But you know who's number 1, T? Our guy, Lex Luthor. Yeah. And this is the thing about it, man. It says, right here, it breaks it down. Whether he's filling the role of a ruthless politician and corrupt businessman, or infuriatingly untouchable mad scientist, or an out-and-out mega-powered menace, Luthor owns a confidence and an intellect rivaled by none. His greatest strength is also his greatest weakness, his absolute and utter selfishness. I mean, Luthor is just an amazing villain. Go ahead. All right, T, go ahead, man. What were you saying about the villains?
So I was saying with the villains, man, I'm really surprised that they didn't have Vandal Savage on here, man. They're not making it in the top 10. I love the number 1. I'm okay with the number 1 through 3 is just phenomenal. I think Vandal Savage should have been at like number 4, and Ra's al Ghul was okay at 5, but definitely Vandal Savage is in the top 5. I mean, even you got some incredible villains there. Yeah. I mean, Batman should have way more villains on this list. His villain list alone, but those DC villains that are good, you could have had Atomic Skull, you could have had Parasite, you could have had Amazo.
I was about to say Amazo,
devastating villains. I definitely agree with number 1, level 13 intellect, dude. I mean, this dude is phenomenal, dude. One of the best villains of all times, dude. You really could have had a tie for 1 and 2. I'm great with 1 and 2. I am great with. You should have the granddaddies of them all be up the top. You know what I mean? Joker and Lex is amazing, dude. Brainiac, I would have had a little higher.
I would have had Brainiac higher too. Yeah, but it's hard to say because
Brainiac is a definite thing, dude. Brainiac, they're just such good characters, man. I just, man, Lex though, man. I'm so happy with this list, man. As long as Lex is, you need to put some respect on his name, man.
Yeah, the guy's ruthless, man. He's ruthless, and they haven't portrayed him well in films at all. To me, they have never done him well, especially Jesse Eisenberg. I was like, Come on, man. Really? Like, this guy's a good actor. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Lex Luthor.
Kevin Spacey, buddy. Kevin Spacey.
You know, he was okay. He was good. He was good. Okay, you're right. I stand corrected. He was good as Lex Luthor, but I want to see like kind of a younger Lex Luthor too. I want to see somebody that's kind of close to Superman's age. You know what I'm saying?
Do that?
Yes, we did. I just did that, man. I want to see a Superman that kind of grew up at the same time as Lex Luthor, like, you know, something similar to Smallville. I want to see that. What?
Strong would have been a great Lex.
Mark Strong would have been a great Lex Luthor, absolutely. So, out of your list, you said you would have put Vandal Savage in there. So out of this top 10, I know you probably would have dropped the Anti-Monitor or maybe Sinestro. I'm not sure. Who would you have cut up out of this thing? You know, let's see. We got Captain Cold.
Captain Cold, get out of here.
Yeah, Captain Cold.
Those two don't even get out of here. I would have put Mirror Master on there before him.
Ooh.
Mirror Master is slept on. You know what? I would have put Killer Frost on there before that.
I don't think so.
Killer
Man.
Frost is. I would have put anybody else besides that. You could have put. What's his name? What's his name? Wade. Not Wade. Wade Wilson. The other dude. Deadshot. You know what I mean?
Really? Deadshot? Is one of the top 10 of all time?
I mean, not all time. You're right. Look, I just don't look of all time, dude. Of all time, that list doesn't have Mongol. You know what I mean?
Mongol. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, man. Mongol is a great villain, man.
Dude.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with I agree with you on that, man. I probably would have threw in Vandal Savage and Mongol for sure. Yeah. Now that you reminded me, I forgot all about him.
But you know what, D? This only speaks to how great DC's villains are.
Yeah.
That we're just like boom, boom, boom off the top. Like this is a hard list to put together.
Yeah.
This is no easy list.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about them being such an interesting comic book company, man. Detective Comics, dude.
Yeah.
They have villains that are just interesting, dude.
Yeah.
And they're not. It's not forced in their the humanity part is not forced into it. Like Clayface is one of the most interesting Batman villains there is. Yep. Who could be anything. He's basically DC's shapeshifter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a knockoff version of freaking Martian Manhunter. You know what I mean? Like this dude is just and with homegrown abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like I disagree with some of the people on this list, obviously, but I'm okay. I like the fact
because there's so many villains. It's like you can, you know, everybody's opinion is like equally valid because there's so many great villains. Like I said, you just rattled off a couple that I wasn't even thinking about at this point, and I was
Gorilla Grodd. What's his name?
Gorilla Grodd. I love Gorilla Grodd as well. You know, I'm like, man, I've been like you've been rattling them off, and I'm like coming up blank. But oh shoot, what's
the Humanite? What's his name? The Humanite is a superhuman.
No. I'm not thinking about here. Oh, Metallo. I was thinking of Metallo. It's a great villain. You know, it's like those villains, you know, they're so diverse and interesting. They don't all just keep doing the same thing. Bizarro Superman is great. I love Bizarro Superman. Go ahead.
Doomsday is not on this list.
Doomsday is not on this list.
Well,
you know, the people they only probably read
Doomsday.
They probably only saw Brainiac and Lex Luthor as legit Superman villains, but yeah, Doomsday is an amazing villain. I mean, there's
not on the list. Doomsday.
No, he's not on the list. No, he said Brainiac, right? Nope, nowhere on here. Yeah, I mean, he could be honorable mention or something, but no, they didn't even throw him in that. The guy that killed Superman, ain't on the list. Right. But yeah, I love this. You know, I love DC again for its villains, just for the fact that DC knows how to weave a story and make villains interesting, not just because they're strong and powerful, but like, you know, again, a guy like Brainiac. Like, Brainiac doesn't have to beat Superman with strength. He has his intelligence, and he challenges Superman at that level. So now, as Superman's like, well, I can't just punch my way out of this situation. I'm going to have to actually think my way through this whole situation. That's going to require, you know, that's going to require a different type of storytelling, you know, and that's what you want from your comic book stories and your heroes and just stories in general. You just don't want them just to be like, hey, this is a strong guy, this is you know, he's going to just punch his way like the Hulk, you know, like the Hulk, you know, you can see him like, yeah, he just kind of punches around and everything like that, but it ends up becoming one note. Okay, how strong is he? Is he stronger than this guy? Is he stronger than that guy? Can he get madder to become stronger and that's how he's going to beat him? Boring. You know, like, give me a story that has some intricacy to it, some nuance. That's what's great about DC villains. Go ahead, T.
No, that's you summed it up, man. I ain't got nothing else to say.
All right, perfect. All right, folks, what are your top 10 DC villains? You know, who do you actually think? Is this the perfect list, or do you guys have something else to add? Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Let me know what you think on that. Okay, next up,